Today we are reading Chapter 7 in A Horn for Louie. Chapter 7, Sweet Dreams. Louie returned to the Hanukkah party with Pop Karnofsky. "Louie, I'm really sorry that Alex began. "Everything's fine," said Pop. "We solved the problem together. Louie is going to pay us back for the horn. He'll have a real horn and we'll have Louie. So let the party begin." Louie didn't know what to say. He couldn't find the right words. But music didn't need words. Louie knew how to say how he felt with music. He raised the shining cornet to his lips and started playing the Hanukkah song that the family sang together.
מעוז צור ישועתי, לך נאה לשבח, תיכון בית תפילתי, ושם תודה נזבח.
The notes poured from Louie's horn. They filled the room with the light of the candles. All the love and joy that Louie felt for the Karnofskys shined through his music. Louie had a real horn. All he wanted to do was blow. The Karnofskys clapped their hands. "That's wonderful, Louie. Play for us some more." Louie did. He played the music he knew best. He played the music he loved. He played the blues from the streets and alleys of Storyville. Louie thought about the blues as he played. The music seemed to say, "You can knock us down, you can push us back, you can make us so tired we can hardly stand, but you can never make us give up." The blues was a lot like that little jar of oil in the Hanukkah story. Nobody thought it could burn so long, but it did. What a party that was. Louie thought it was more fun than Christmas. He ate and ate. Mama Karnofsky worried that he would not get enough. Every time Louie emptied his plate, she filled it. Louie ate latkes, hot from the pan. Latkes are potato pancakes, drenched with applesauce and sour cream. He ate blintzes. Blintzes are rolled pancakes. Mama Karnofsky filled them with cottage cheese and raspberry jam. Louie ate them as fast as Mama Karnofsky could put them on his plate. "Slow down, Louie. Save some for the rest of us," said Alex. But Mama Karnofsky said, "Louie can eat as much as he wants. I want him to eat so he will grow up to be big and strong. He has to be big and strong to blow his new horn." Everyone ate until they could eat no more. Then they cleared the table. Morris and Alex showed Louie how to play the dreidel game. The winning letter Gimel came up every time Louie spun the little top. Louie had a wonderful time at the Hanukkah party. He forgot to look at the clock. It was already late when he started for home. "We'll see you tomorrow, Louie. Happy Hanukkah," the Karnofsky said. What a day it had been. Louie walked home through the streets of Storyville. In the morning, he had carried his tin horn in his pocket. Now he cradled a shining cornet in his arms. He had a real horn at last. Storyville had come alive after the sun went down. The streets were filled with sports and their ladies out for a good time. The clubs were jumping. Music was everywhere. Jazz, blues, ragtime. Louie wanted to be a part of it. He lifted his horn and blew it all the way to the door of Pete Lala's place. King Oliver was blowing up a storm. The melody flew out the door and danced around the street. Louie picked it up with his horn. He stretched it out, twirled it around, and blew it right back. The music stopped. Louie looked up. Joe Oliver stood in front of him. He looked angry. "Boy, was that you blowing that horn?" Joe Oliver asked. "Uh-huh," Louie stammered. He did not know what to say. He did not want Joe Oliver, the king of Storyville, to be angry with him. John Oliver smiled. He opened his mouth and laughed long and hard. Then he held out his hand to shake hands with Louie. "You're good, boy," Joe Oliver said. "Keep practicing. Come see me someday. Come see me when you get real good. I'll let you play in my band." Louie ran all the way home. Joe Oliver had shaken his hand. Joe Oliver said he was good. Joe Oliver, the king! What would May Ann and Mama Lucy say to that? He could not wait to tell them about everything that had happened to him today. But it would have to wait for some other time. It was late. Mary Ann and Mama Lucy had already gone to bed. They were sound asleep. Louie did not want to wake them, but he was so excited. He had to tell somebody. I got a new horn, a real horn, and Joe Oliver said I was good, Louis whispered into the darkness. He got into bed and closed his eyes. That night, Louis had wonderful dreams. They all came true. And that is the end of our story. Here are the author's notes. While some of the events of this story are fiction, most are based on actual episodes in the life of trumpeter Louis Armstrong, 1900 to 1971, one of the world's greatest musicians and a key figure in the development of jazz. In the course of his lifetime, Mr. Armstrong told several different and contradictory stories of how he acquired his first horn. My source for this story is an unpublished memoir written in 1969, Louis Armstrong plus the Jewish Family in New Orleans, LA, the year of 1907. The full text of the memoir can be found in Louis Armstrong, in his own words, Selected Writings, Oxford University Press, 1999, edited by Thomas Brothers. Other recommended books about Louis Armstrong are Lawrence Bergreen's Louis Armstrong, An Extravagant Life, Broadway Books, 1998, and Louis Armstrong's autobiography, Satchmo, My Life in New Orleans, DeCapo Press, 1986. Also highly recommended is Jazz, a film by Ken Burns, PBS Home Video, 2000. New Orleans has several outstanding horn players. Joe Oliver wasn't acknowledged as king until he moved to Chicago in 1918, but Louis always regarded him as the best of the best. Joe Oliver has always been my inspiration and my idol. No trumpet player ever had the fire that Oliver had. Man, he could really punch a number. Louis Armstrong, in his own words, page 37. Thank you for reading this story with me. Until next time.